what's up you guys, Aftershow Reacts here, and today I'm going to be doing my thoughts video on Season 2 of Arrow. So, as you all know, I do a thoughts video for every TV show that I finish. Every time I finish a season, I will normally make a video with my thoughts about the season. I'll collect some questions from you guys, around about 10 or so I'll pick, and I'll answer them with my, thoughts and everything like that. And then at the very end of the video, I normally give 3 predictions for what I think the next season is going to entail. And then I just give you a little bit of info about what's happening with the next season and all that kind of stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into the thoughts section. This season was definitely a step up from last season. I really did enjoy this season. I feel like the incorporation of Slade being, this season's big bad. I think that he was very good. I think there's a question somewhere in here, which I'll probably go into more detail about. And just overall, the characters this season were built up a lot more. I fell in love with Felicity. It finally happened. Everyone kept telling me, why don't you like Felicity? Like, I liked her last season. Don't get me wrong, I do. Oh, I did. But like, she really shined this season, and I really liked her. I was annoyed at Laurel for most of the season, so like, that's weird, right? Loving Felicity, being annoyed at Laurel, like, what's going on? So, I'll try and explain a bit better. I enjoyed Felicity's character last season. Like, she was just kind of, not really a favorite of mine or anything like that. She wasn't anything that special for me. But this season, she's definitely come into her own. She's definitely found her way into my heart. And anytime someone was threatening her, I didn't like it. So don't do it. And with Laurel, I was just mostly annoyed at her whole, like, I'm a drug addict, like, storyline. I'm just not a fan of that kind of storyline. I know that it's very prominent in the comics and that kind of stuff. Like, Roy, for example, in the comics is, like, addicted to vertigo, I believe. And there's, like, actually a really famous panel, like, where, like, the cover is him sticking needles in himself or something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, basically, I just don't really like storylines to do with, like, drugs and that kind of stuff. Because it just makes me uncomfortable. I don't like the idea of it. And, well, I guess it's supposed to make you feel that way so you don't do drugs. Laurel definitely stepped up a lot more when she found out, like, Oliver's secret. And how she put together that her sister was the Canary. More on her later. But, like, I really, really enjoyed Laurel at the very end of the season, and I felt like she was coming into her own again. Like, it was kind of... I kind of enjoyed her sister a lot more, Sarah. I will get to that. But, like, I found myself not really having Laurel as my favorite character anymore. I feel like that sort of shifted to Sarah. I'm fairly certain that there's a question about Sarah, so I'm just going to try and leave those thoughts for that question. As for Oliver, he went from killing people to not killing people, and I mean, what a time to choose not to kill someone. You killed your mom, and then you just... What a time to choose not to kill, though, because, like... Malcolm, okay, he did some bad things last season and, unintentionally got his son killed and a bunch of 503 people, I think, or 502 or something like that, people, and he was willing to kill him, right, but he didn't, like, Slade actually killed Oliver's mum, and he still didn't go for the, like, I'm gonna kill you. But, like, what a time to stop, I'm just saying. But I guess that leaves the door open for Deathstroke to return. I really, really enjoyed Slade and Oliver's like relationship throughout the season. I loved his costume. He looked like he stepped out of a comic book, and that is always awesome. Like when they can realize that kind of stuff in real life, live action. I think that is just amazing. I'm so glad that Roy finally knows who like the Green Arrow is. Well, the Arrow. You know, it's really sad, but like the Arrow sounds better than Green Arrow. I'm just saying. Even though it's technically Green Arrow. So I'm really glad that that Roy is now a part of Team Arrow. I'm a fan of like, you know, sidekicks, and when they actually get to be sidekicks, and it's exciting. I like comic book stuff coming to life because I'm a big comic book fan. So for the most part of this season, Moira was being really secretive again, and that was annoying. But then we found out why. That she was like, Malcolm's, that she had an affair with Malcolm, and Thea is actually Malcolm's. But like, I said this in my reaction. She hit on Tommy, I'm just saying. I know she didn't know, but like, I'm just saying. It took me like a whole month to actually watch this whole season. I had lots of stops and blocks and like lots of little things that stopped me from watching it. So it's a little bit hard to remember exactly what happened. I've got like a book here with like notes from when I wrote down episode notes occasionally. So that's kind of helping a bit more. I didn't like the whole Roy being really angry with the Mirakuru in him. Like, that was a little bit, I don't know. I said it in my reaction, and I'm gonna say it again. He sort of tried to oversell it a little bit, and it just sort of fell flat for me. I understand that he's supposed to be really angry, but to me, it just, like, it was kind of laughable, because he just came off as, I'm trying too hard to be angry. It didn't seem organic, or, like, it wasn't the greatest acting, in my opinion. Roy is great. I really do enjoy him, but just that whole like story part arc, I don't know, it just wasn't great. I don't know how, but I ended up liking Quentin as well. I hated Quentin. He was the worst, but like when it comes to his daughters, he will do anything to protect them. So like he will just bend, like he'll be like, you know, you shouldn't break the law. You shouldn't break the law. The law is in place for a reason. And then his daughter's in trouble, and he's like, break the law, please, kill this person. I shit you not, he basically said that in one of the episodes. But that's okay, because, like, he kind of, like, owns it now. He, like, openly works with the Arrow, which is good. I really liked Thea this season as well. She's definitely growing on me a lot more. I don't know why she was more upset with Oliver about the information about Malcolm being her dad. Especially since, like, it was, like, she didn't really have proof that Oliver knew. And now that she's with, like, Malcolm, does that mean that he's gonna tell her who, like, Oliver actually is? Because that would be bad. She could be very mad. Is she gone for good? Don't answer my question. I don't want to know. But I'm wondering if she's gone for good, or if she's like going to come back and be badass. Malcolm could teach her. Or is she going to the League of Assassins? Ooh, that's cool. That'd be really cool. Diggle for me this season was just kind of in the background. I don't know. I like Diggle. I don't really have much to say about him. He got like, I think 2 episodes this season that were like Diggle specific episodes, and I just wasn't a fan of them. They weren't that interesting to me. Which says a lot, because like one of the episodes had the Suicide Squad in it, and like it had like a Harley Quinn-ish cameo. And I wasn't even interested in the episode. Like, I was kind of bored. I think it's mostly because it's like a military like background kind of thing, and I'm not a huge fan of like that kind of genre. Like army movies and stuff like that. I don't really care. But that's just my preference. I'd like to know if like Diggle is your favorite character in the entire Arrowverse. That's what I want to know. If anyone watching this, like if your favorite character in the entire Arrowverse is Diggle, tell me. And tell me why. Without spoiling anything. Tell me why he's your favorite, because I don't get it. He's just kind of there. I like him. I'm not hating on him. I don't want anyone to think that I'm hating on him. I'm just... He's not all like... Sure, he helps out with like the... like fighting aspects. Why does he have a mask? That's what I want to know. Why does he have a mask? I don't get it. Also, this season we got The Flash, and that was amazing. I was really excited. Oh boy, was I excited. The entire episode was just me smiling. And then, like, the next episode was, like, me crying, and then smiling at the end. Oh, gosh. We also got to see the Huntress come back, and I really enjoyed seeing her again. I hope we see her again, but like not in a bad way again, because like it sort of seems like she is getting a bit more development through her character, like positively, I guess, because like the first time that we saw her, she was kind of humanized, you know, and then like I don't know how I don't know if I'm explaining this properly, and then like she pulled away from Oliver, this, like, the next episode, and then the episode next that she was in was, like, 10 episodes later or something like that, and it was almost like she was a completely different character, because she's like, you know, you meant nothing to me, Oliver, I'm just trying to kill my dad, blah, blah, and that was just, like, it was a bit harsh, and then the episode that we got this season with her in it, she, like, she was kind of the same-ish, but then when her dad died, she was upset. She opened up a little bit more to Oliver, and, like, that was something. And I hope that we get to see that kind of vulnerability again from her, because I think that truly... I like just exploring her character a bit more. Without her just being I hate the world, you know? I didn't like Anthony Ivo, so I was going to be really funny here and pretty much post a picture of him as Deputy Doug, but I couldn't find a high enough resolution picture or anything really of him, so rip. And I've now come to know him as Deputy Doug because he was on Dawson's Creek and he was a loser. I don't like the way that he turned like Oliver and Slade against each other. Like, he said that like Oliver is the reason that Shadow died, which is not true. Not true at all. Yes, Oliver decided which person got to live, but like Ivo shot the gun. Like, you didn't have to do that. So the only reason that Shadow is dead is because of Ivo. Nobody else is responsible. Right, so I think that's all the thoughts that I have on the season. I probably have more, but I can't remember. It's been a long, long season. Let me tell you that. I spent, like, I think a month at least, just trying to record the first half of the season, and I just kept, you know, falling behind on other shows and all that kind of stuff, and I got sick and everything like that happened, and I found it really, really hard to continue. And then I managed to get to episode 21, and I didn't react to like, I started uploading them because people were getting a little bit, like, annoyed that I hadn't uploaded yet. Even though I said it was going to be, like, 2 to 4 weeks, and it was over a month. I'm sorry. So I just figured I kind of owed you guys in a little bit, but and with that, I tried to upload them as quickly as I could, and get them out to you on a regular basis, and also just like try and finish it before anyone spoiled anything, which is strange because like in my little description it said that I'd seen all of season 2, but I hadn't yet. Essentially, I was up to like episode 15 or something like that when I started uploading season 2, and strangely enough, no one spoiled anything for me, and that is amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Now, if you can do that for next season, that'd be great. But anyways, and basically, what happened was, I got up to episode 21, and I had all this other stuff that I needed to do, and for like a whole month, I hadn't watched an episode of Arrow, and it was so like far distant out of my mind, that the other day, when I finally got my hair done the other day, I like sat down and I was like, alright, today I'm gonna finish Arrow. So I sat down and I recorded it all, and I realized that this means that I can make a thoughts video a lot earlier, and it means that I can start the next season sooner so I can get it out quicker to you guys. So hopefully we don't have, you know, that much waiting time, but there will be a little bit of waiting time. But we'll save that to the end of the video. I'll explain it a bit better then. But anyways, let's get into the questions section of the video. So a lot of you guys asked some amazing questions. I've only picked about 10 of them because otherwise this video would be like 20 hours long, and I can't talk for that long, no matter how hard I try. Thank you very much for everyone who did ask questions, and if your question isn't here, do not fret, because I've tried to answer all the questions within the questions that were asked. So even though your specific comment might not be up there, your question may be answered. Anyways, let's get into it. The Game Detective asked, what are your thoughts on Sarah being the Canary? Thoughts on the recast, and overall opinions of the character? So, overall, I really enjoyed Sarah this season. I'm glad they recast her, because I don't think that the girl that was in the pilot really fit the role. Sure, she was brunette, like Laurel, and like, you know, Quentin and their mum. Sure, but like, hey, she could dye her hair. I do. I did really like the actress that plays her. I've been told that she does a lot of her own stunts, which is incredible to me. She's pretty fantastic in the role, and she's somehow made it to like my favorite character. I don't know. I really like just enjoyed everything that, like, just her journey throughout the season of her like trying to accept being a hero, like, you know, trying not to kill. It was kind of like Oliver in season 1, but like a little bit different, you know. But yeah, I really liked her, like, her story arc of, you know, coming back into town, you know, rekindling things with Oliver, and then, you know, seeing her sister again, and her dad, and I cried, and I don't know why. I don't know. It was really, I did really like Sarah, and I hope that she does stay around for a very long time. Assassin's Creeder asked, did you like how the show handled Slade Wilson, and would you like to see him again in future seasons? So I've picked this question because I do want to go into a little bit of a rant about this. I loved Oliver and Slade's friendship. It was amazing. I loved the, you know, Deathstroke reveal when he was like, he had a thingy on, an eye patch, and and he was in his costume and all that kind of stuff. Loved it. Perfect. Absolutely brilliant. Okay? The thing that I didn't like, alright, is this whole he was in love with Shadow thing. I don't get it. Alright, so like there was like a maybe 2-second clip of like Oliver and Shadow, like, you know, getting it on in the water, and he like sort of looked over and like maybe, you know, maybe he had a little bit of jealousy or something then, but then other than that, there was no indication at all that he was at all interested in Shadow. It was just so completely random. It came out of the blue. Like, please tell me, like, you know, since I've seen the first 2 seasons, and since Shadow is dead, right, should be safe for me to ask this, I think. If it's not, then don't link it to me. But I would like to see like a fan-made video of, like, you know, that ship. Because I'm sure that there's one out there, right? Because there's always like shipping videos and that kind of stuff, yeah? I want to see like the seconds that, you know, that I missed. What did I miss? I don't see him being interested in her. I don't know. Like I said, I only ever saw like 5 seconds worth of him maybe liking her, but that's about it. He even tells Oliver not to get attached to anyone on the island, and then all of a sudden he was in love with Shadow. I don't get it. And I feel like that whole, like, I feel like that was forced a little bit so that he would have a reason to hate Oliver. I feel like maybe the writers didn't know how to lead him down that path without it being attached to a love interest, which is kind of sad because it's not particularly great storytelling when all of your like story arcs have to do with romance. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But I was just a little bit disappointed about his motives. I like the execution of it though, that he wanted to drive an arrow through Oliver's eye, that he, you know, branded him with her tattoo. That made sense to me. I liked the fact that he was gonna take away everyone that he cared about, and then all of a sudden it was just 2 people, even though he cares about more people. That was a bit odd, but like, I liked it. I really enjoy Slade Wilson this season. He was great. I don't understand his motives. So if you guys can, like, if it's safe for me to watch without having any spoilers attached, if you guys could link me to a Shadow and Slade shipping video, I'd like to see what I missed. Like the sparks, I guess. What would their shipping name be? It was like Slatter? It sounds stupid. Shadade? Fuck. But yeah, I do hope that he comes back in the future though. Whether he does or not, I have no idea. Don't tell me. Also, I don't like when they called him Australian. He is not Australian. That is a New Zealander accent. The Wolf, Ram and Heart asked, Arrow brought in or mentioned more comic book elements this season. What adaptations from comic book to TV were your favorites? Do you feel that any of the elements were adapted poorly or could be improved? So I'm a little disappointed in Solomon Grundy. It didn't even really occur to me exactly when I realized that it was Solomon Grundy. they mentioned his name Cyrus Gold like a bunch of times, and it didn't click in my head until I think it was like when they started talking Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. But yeah, I feel like he was really poorly executed because that is not Solomon Grundy. Like, it's a little disappointing. Also, like, is he dead? Is he ever coming back? Because he had like this thing, like this stuff dropped on him. Maybe that's supposed to turn him into Solomon Grundy. I don't know. I feel like that was adapted pretty poorly. The adaptations that were my favorite was The Flash. Like, the explosion, the lightning, him going into a coma, like, that was the best part of the season. I'm just saying, nothing else compares. Richafar FIFA HD 96 asked, what do you think about Sebastian kind of redeeming himself in the end? See, I don't think he redeemed himself at all. I think he still just had his own little agenda and motives. The only reason that he, like, tried to save the city is because he wanted to rule it. He got himself into that position, and he just wanted, like, he straight up wanted to make a deal with Oliver and be like, hey, I'll still rule the city. Why not? Dude, you nearly destroyed it. No. You really think people are gonna follow you? What? It was completely selfishly motivated, and no, I don't think he redeemed himself at all. He did it out of selfishness, and it was good. Like, I mean, it was good that he gave the cure to Oliver, but no. Stupid. I thought it was just stupid, honestly. But that's Detective Douche for ya. Waleed Rana asked, what do you think of Laurel and Oliver relationship, and what do you want to see between them in the future? Well, I want to see them together. I'm all for comic book accuracy. I don't know, I have this weird feeling that it's just not gonna happen because of the way that this season started. I was very disappointed because last season ended with them like full on getting it on, and it was great. There was like this build up, and then all of a sudden like this fire just went out in the first 5 minutes of the episode, and I was like, why? Why do you do this? I feel like they just cooled it off like way too fast. And for a CW show, it's very weird. Like, they could have kept it going a little bit longer, like a couple seasons. Even if they didn't even end up together, like, they could have kept it going a bit more. But Black Canary is supposed to marry the Green Arrow. And, well, that's what I want to happen. Whether it happens, I don't know. But I don't have high hopes anymore. Nomad Games asked, what do you think of Laurel's story arc this season? So, I said this earlier, but I just don't like the way that Laurel was handled this season. Especially since she was like in and out of episodes a lot. She wasn't like, for a kind of main character, she wasn't really in all the episodes, which was kind of a shame. I feel like they could have dealt with this whole like drug addiction / drunk alcoholic business within a couple of episodes, but because they stretched it out a little bit too long over like multiple episodes that were like parts. So like, you know, it started in episode 3 and then continued in episode 7, 8, 9, and then like you didn't see her again till episode 12 or something like that, you know? And I didn't like the way that they stretched it out like that. I feel like they could have dealt with it in like 3 episodes max, and then they could have done something else with her story. Something to do with her sister. They could have done more with like, you know, Sarah and Laurel together. that could have like pushed her story arc further a bit more, but I feel like the writers just didn't really know what to do with her this season, so they didn't really use her all that much, which is a pity because I really like her. She was my favorite character, but this season she was just a little bit annoying. I'm not going to lie, she was. But yeah, she did come through at the very end of the season though. She I don't know if you can hear that, it's vacuuming. Sorry. She did come through at the end, and she even like shot an arrow, and like, you know, she even put on her sister's jacket, so maybe she's gonna become the Black Canary next season. I don't really know, but basically I was just a little disappointed in her this season. I hope she gets better again. Well, Lead Runner asked another question. Who do you ship, Laurel and Oliver, or Felicity and Oliver, or Sarah and Oliver? Well, my overall ship on the show is definitely going to be Laurel and Oliver because, you know, Black Canary, Green Arrow. But I did find myself this season shipping Sarah and Oliver because I feel like those two, they really kind of put each other back together. I feel like they are both really, really broken people, and they just sort of put each other back together, and that was really kind of beautiful. He helped her and she helped him, and he got to be a little bit more, I don't know, he got to open up to someone without having them be in danger, kind of thing, you know? As for Felicity and Oliver, I don't know, I don't see it yet. I mean, I don't know. Like, I get that she has like a huge crush on him. I don't see them together yet. I don't see the chemistry. But maybe it's gonna be different next season. Maybe Oliver isn't even with any of them next season, huh? Maybe he decides to date Diggle. I think that would be a great relationship. Hold on, wait, Diggle is going to be a daddy, isn't he? Daddy Dig. Alright, anyways. DE asked, what were some major things you liked and disliked about this season? So I feel like I answered this already. But like, basically, I really liked, you know, Barry Allen, Grant Gustin as the Flash. And I really liked, you know, Deathstroke's outfit. I really liked the big set piece fights. I liked, you know, Sarah Lance. She was great. She was kick-ass. I liked Sin. She was cool. As for dislikes, Roy's anger, Slade's motives, Oliver and Laurel just turning it off. Laurel's drug and alcohol problems. I don't know. I think I've just basically listed everything. I hope that answers your question. Fanatic asked, what was your favorite and worst episode of the season? Favorite and least favorite? Favorite episode would definitely have to be, the two-parter. Well, it's technically not a two-parter, but I'm calling it a two-parter because I can't pick. It's basically the episodes that the Flash was in. Well, the episodes that Barry Allen was in. Gotta stop calling him the Flash. He's not the Flash yet. So yeah, that was great. As for least favorite, I think it was definitely one of the earlier ones. Actually, maybe it was Blast Radius. I distinctively remember it took me like 3 days to edit that one because I just couldn't be bothered. I mean, I had lots of like editing problems. My like editor was broken and kept crashing and everything like that. All good now, but I just had a hard time getting through that one when I was finally editing it. Calland Kara Zorel asked, most surprising things, and in brackets, or death, this season for you? So I wasn't surprised by, like, Barry showing up because I knew that he was going to show up. I think probably Moira getting killed. Especially since she was, like, running for mayor. Which, could we talk about for just a split second? Because, like, she was just, like, she was convicted for murder. Okay. And then Malcolm got her off. Like, bribed everyone and got her off, essentially. Yeah? Yeah? And then she was allowed to run for mayor? I don't get it. But yeah, the most surprising thing was definitely, Moira getting killed. I feel like that was, like, I wasn't really expecting it. Those were your questions. I hope that my answers were adequate. On to my predictions for season 3. I predict that Laurel will become the Black Canary. I'm pretty sure I predicted this last season, but I'm gonna keep predicting it until it happens. So that's my first prediction. My second prediction is that we will get a crossover between the Flash and Arrow, because I like crossovers. And, well, the Flash is starting, so. And my third prediction is that Thea will join the League of Assassins. That's probably where Malcolm's taking her. I don't know. So, I'm not sure if you if you're aware, because a lot of people have already asked me over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So this is just going to be my final answer for you guys. And the question is, will you be watching The Flash? I don't know, guys. Do you think that I'm going to be watching my favorite superhero ever in live action? The answer is yes. So basically I will be watching The Flash and Arrow together, like I do with Buffy and Angel. It's only going to be 2 episodes a week. I'm sorry. It's all I can do. It will eventually go up to maybe 3 or 4, but that's in the future, like long in the future. At least the next seasons, okay? Like, it's not... I can only do 2 episodes a week for you. And it'll basically be like one week you might get 2 Arrow, 1 week you might get 2 Flash, 1 week you'll get 1 Arrow, 1 Flash. Like, it depends, you know, on the watch order. I have a fantastic watch order at the moment. It's flawless. And yeah, so I will be watching them together for you guys. And for me too, because I just really, really want to see The Flash. So, what that means is I need to make some predictions for the first season of The Flash. And those predictions are, we will see that I can't remember what their names were, but the 2 doctors that were looking after Barry at Star Labs, I feel like we're going to see them again. Because, well, that makes sense, right? Because they were looking after him. My second prediction is that we'll get a crossover. Hey, different show, same prediction. And my third prediction is that we'll get some kind of time travel. Because that's what The Flash is all about. Right? Right? I don't know. Another thing that we're going to be doing as well is the Vixen cartoon thingamajiggy. It's only like 6 or so episodes, but that will show up at some point within this next bunch of Arrowverse things. So yeah, just thought I would let you know that that is a thing that will be happening as well. And once I have finished all of those, I will also be doing Constantine, which I think aired on NBC or something like that. But I will be doing that before starting the next lot anyways. So just thought I'd let you know that that will also be there. So basically, yeah, like 4 shows, but like not really. Don't judge. I hope you guys enjoyed this season with me. I would like to let you know as well that there will be a break between seasons. So right now, as I'm recording this, episode 11 and 12 of Arrow will be going up today. So this is how early I am recording this thoughts video. So what my goal is to start Arrow and Flash today so that I can get really far ahead and hopefully finish the whole seasons as quickly as I can so I can get them out to you quicker. So what this means is when this video comes out, there's gonna be maybe 3 weeks to a month break before you get the next episode. Maybe. Could be shorter, could be slightly longer, but I am gonna try and get them out to you as quickly as I can. I hope you guys don't mind. And if you do see people asking where the reactions are for this series, please help me out by, telling them that, I'm working on them and they will be out. I'm one person, trying to do a bunch of videos, trying to do a bunch of shows. And now I have a really awesome editor that is helping me edit all of these, which is amazing. So hopefully my time can be, helped in other places. But yeah, so there will be a break between seasons, but do not worry, it is coming, I promise. Also, if you would like to get, sort of updates all the time, you could join the Discord link that is down below. You'll be able to, talk to me as I react to episodes, pretty much, and, get my kind of live reaction, and, figure out when the next episodes are going to come up, and all that kind of stuff. It's a great community. There's, a little spoiler area where you can talk spoilers with everyone if you'd like, that I can't even see, and, it's just a fun little area, so if you want to join, you're welcome to join us down there. That wasn't me putting thumbs down, I was just trying to, yeah. Right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this season of Arrow with me, and I really enjoyed watching these shows with you guys, and I look forward to seeing you in Season 3 of Arrow and Season 1 of The Flash. Thank you.